Hi, welcome back to the practical section of Flume. In this video, we'll be looking at how to pull data from Twitter to your HDFS. How do we write a config file to pull the data from Twitter to HDFS? So in order to understand that, let's look at a config file. I'll just show you a config file which would pull the data from Twitter. Flume2.conf. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, this is my config file. So yeah, I mean, like I do normally, I've declared my source, sink, and channel names. I've grouped together with an agent called Twitter agent. This is my agent name. Okay, and then I've declared different types, like what is the type of the source, which is com.cloudera.flume.source.twitter source. I am pulling the data from Twitter source. The channel would be mem channel. I have my consumer key, consumer secret, access token secret that will be supplied by Twitter. So how do we get this consumer key, consumer secret, access token, and access secret? That we'll get from dev.twitter.apps.com. I'll show you how to create this consumer key and consumer secret. Okay, and we have something called why do we require this? Things are simple. In order to access Twitter, okay, we need an valid token, okay, to connect it from an external source. So in order to have that, we are declaring these things. So let's see how do we get that. First, let me log into my Twitter apps. dev.twitter.com/apps. This is the website which you got to log into. dev.twitter.com/apps. Okay, it will ask you for username and password. Because I have saved my username and password, it's not asking me. And you got to have your blog. You can create that blogspots.com, a new blog for yourself, because it will ask for your blog. Now I'm just giving Flume ad hoc analysis. Yeah, this is to perform, this is to pull data from Flume to HDFS. You can, as I told you, you got to have your own website. If you don't have one, you create it from your blogspot.in. Okay, I have just created something like Hadoop batch2.blogspot.in. Okay, now that I'm done, I'm just giving yes I agree, create your Twitter application. My Flume ad hoc analysis has been created with something called API secret, API key, and all the stuff. Now what I got to do is check if these are valid or not. Yes, these are valid, right? So what you got to do is you just go to API keys. Okay, you'll have your API key, API secret, and access level, which is read only, and your owner and the owner ID. Okay, so it will link with your actual Twitter login. Now I got to generate the access token, yeah, and access token secret. So in order to create, I got to do something called test auth. I'll click on this particular icon, which would prompt me to log into Twitter. Okay, now that I have already logged in with my Twitter, it has directly created my consumer key and consumer secret. Yeah, and you can create your access token and access secret as well. Okay, one second, I'm just logging in once again. Okay, we have created something called Flume ad hoc analysis. We have created our consumer key and consumer secret. We got to create our access token and create my access token. Yes. Now click on test auth settings. Now I got my all the things: consumer key, consumer secret, access token level secret, right? I got all the things. Now I'll go back to my Flume configuration file, and you can copy your consumer key, consumer secret, access token and access token secret here. This will give you a valid session which will allow you to pull the data from your Twitter. So I can use some keywords. Okay, I can use something like, I've used something called Kejriwal. I can use maybe IPL. All the tweets related to IPL, I can pull it to my HDFS. Okay, so for pulling, I got to give a memory channel. I just have to link it with my sync with my memory channel. I have linked it. Type is HDFS, and where it has to pull the data is to pull it to my HDFS path to an folder called tweets, which has been created with the current timestamp. Yeah, the file type would be data stream, and type would be text, and the batch size, how much of data you will pull for each batch, would be 1000. And of course, as I given my batch size as 1000, I'll give the roll count as 1000. Roll interval, for every 600 milliseconds my batch will be run, and it will pull some 1000 records. Yeah, and capacity is 1000 kilobytes for my memory channel, which would be of memory, and transaction capacity is 100 bytes. For each transaction, it can hold up to 100 bytes, which will be drained by the sync. So I'm just done with my my configuration settings. I'm just saving it. Just give an override option. My flume1.conf is ready. Okay, now I'll execute it using my this thing. So before that, we got to know what is my agent name, right? We have given the agent name as Twitter agent. So I'll use the same thing here. Twitter agent. My config file name is flume1.config, and rest of the things would remain same. I'll just type in enter. So what are all the tweets that are related to IPL will be pulled to my HDFS sync. I'm just establishing connection with Twitter. Once the connection is established, it will be able to pull the data from Twitter. Yes, I have established the connection. Okay, it's yet to establish the connection, it seems. Or else I'll give I can give the new consumer key and consumer secret, because I'm used. Yeah, connection established. It is starting to pull the data. No need to give the new connection. So if you could see here, the data will be pulled to this particular path in HDFS. Copy. You can just do a sample query on this data. Hadoop fs-ls. You'll be starting to receive the feeds to this particular path. See here, already we got lot of tweets. People are commenting on the IPL. Whoever tweeted on IPL can be pulled here. See, I've already got a lot of tweets. Okay, because this is a streaming utility, it will not stop unless you stop it manually, because it will be buffering for the new tweets to come to its HDFS. It will pull lot of tweets, but I have a limited size in my HDFS path. I'm just cancelling it, stopping the component, and then has been already stopped. Okay, fine. Now my Flume config file will be renamed to, oops, sorry, just give an ls. Okay, so this is my file from where I had pulled my data, I mean from the Twitter. So if I give a cat on it, I can see lot of tweets which had been tweeted on IPL. The word IPL had been pulled. See here, a person called Jamal Ahmed had tweeted like, I hope KKR win today. Yeah, there will be lot of tweets. All the tweets can be pulled from your Twitter to your HDFS path using your Flume configuration file. Yeah, we did nothing. We have just configured our config file and established the connection with Twitter. In order to establish the connection, we created a new app in dev.twitter.com/apps, and then we have created an consumer key, consumer secret, access token, and access token level secret, and just pull the data from Twitter to your HDFS path. Yeah, so this is how you pull your data from your web servers to HDFS using Flume. Hope you had enjoyed watching this video. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Bye bye.